wanted to show you a couple of things that I got in the mail today that I had ordered a while back. It's so funny for me because I forget. I forget that I ordered that. Sometimes it takes so long to ship, y'all. So anyway, one of them that I want to get straight to that I really love is I ordered another Bible. I know y'all are thinking, Beth, how many Bibles does a person need? I don't know. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. This is like one of those family Bibles that you would put on a stand in your living room table, or, you know, like one of those. You could get it like a recipe book holder, cookbook holder, and lay it open on that, and it'd be so pretty. I have a mahogany wood one that I got back when I had my day planner on my desk, and I invested in a really nice, you know, book holder for my day planner, and this would be perfect on that because I don't even use that anymore because it's so big. But the reason I got this is it is a Thomas Kinkade Painter of Light specific Bible, and it shows one of his paintings right here, and inside I'm gonna have to hold it with my other arm. It has 2 cards of authenticity, a new day dawning is one of them, and then Bridge of Faith is the other. Why? Because so many people copy his work. Then also they included, which I loved most of all, to be honest with you, a crossed stitched with this gold and white and then a metallic gold threading. Is that just so pretty for a big, beautiful, artistic Bible like this? I think it's perfect. And then also just the cover that shows you what this features, that it's got full 64 pages of full color Thomas Kinkade art. So it's a keepsake Bible, y'all, and it features the cherished art of Thomas Kinkade because he is no longer. He has gone on to heaven, and he has lots of paintings of heaven. But it's obviously, besides being a large Bible, it's large print. There is no commentary or study helps, except running down the middle is reference. There's a reference aisle here to reference other things about that story. So here's a great example to where when you get to this part, it's a beautiful glossy paged, is it too glossy that you can't see it there? That's a little better. It's hard for me to hold that close. Of his artwork, y'all. And if you have an original Thomas Kinkade, first of all, they're, you know, upwards of $500 to thousands of dollars if they're original oils, but signed by him. And even reprints of it are usually a couple $100 when they're larger, and even small ones. But he has a lot of his stuff on small things. Look at this big one, and he always has a scripture picked, and there's all kinds of things in his art to look for. One is an N, capital N, that was for, I think it's Nancy, was his wife, and so he has it built into his most famous paintings. If you look on like the top of a street sign, or there's usually in the neighborhood, there's usually a picture of a church in the background. He was profoundly religious, faithful, and that was because of his experience with Christ. Thomas Kinkade, you can look up the story of him. Just that alone is it's a really interesting thing to hear about his life. So because he was an orphan, and he goes into his whole life story. It's worth you going into and just learning more about him as a person. So there's that. I'm very excited about it. Obviously, it's not one that I will likely keep, so I'm trying to figure out who should that Bible go to. But anyway, another interesting thing that I got was something that I just fell in love with, and that is Escape to Chateau, which you can see. We have it on our TV, and I can't remember which channel it is. I don't know if it's Sling or Netflix, or where is it, Disney? No. Anyway, Escape to Chateau, and I've gotten 2 of her books. One is called A Year in Chateau, A Year in Escape to Chateau, and then the other one is her Tea Party book. And the Strawbridges are 2 people who bought a chateau and renovated it, and we're talking a castle. So one of the things she did was she found old pieces of cloth, I think in the attic, from different upholsteries, because they used to upholstery the walls. And so from all these different pieces of cloth, she cut out diamond shapes and all the same exact shape. And on the stairwell going up, which is a spiral, huge spiral staircase, she put them on the wall, and then she did this trim work on the edge of each of them, and I think it's tufted, meaning it's got batting material behind it. I'm not sure what material she put behind it. It's almost like it's a quilted wall of these beautiful triangles like that. And this is a comforter, but it's only the coverlet piece. You still have to put a like a down comforter inside of this. But I'm so excited about it for my guest bedroom. I think that is going to be the coolest, neatoest thing. And then I also got, I'm starting to get into slow stitching. I don't know anything about it, so I will start putting this out there and see who responds. But I have not opened it yet. So here's my first one, my first collection. And what you get in it is just little pieces of vintage material. So here's some vintage ribbon. Oh, these little birdies, I've seen that before. Here's the weird thing, when they call it vintage, it's any 20 plus years old. It's supposed to be 50. With love. This is a little tag. These are little tags. Little pieces of material. Looks like a stamp of something. A doily, an ancient doily. And I don't know if it really is. It says it is. Doesn't look very old or dusty. Pieces of lace. This looks like it was from a tablecloth they worked on. Some tablecloth. Edging. Beautiful lace edging. Little crowns. Who knows where that came from. More lace. Oh, this is embroidered. So pretty. Little daisies. Little teeny pieces of something. What is that? Oh, that's somebody's initials. On the other side, it looks like a bird and a snail. And then here is some more pieces. This looks like pieces of old linen pillowcases to me. Let's see that. The work that you see in the piece. Like these would have been cut off pieces that somebody would have thrown away, but these people didn't throw it away. I love this, the toile. That'll probably be the centerpiece because it's a picture. It's a French picture. Then to go with that, just this white and red stripes, more toile. So what you do is you put all these pieces together and you can quilt with it. You can put it, you can paste it down to something and make a picture box with it. Some of it goes together, some of it not. Some of it's very, very old. Obviously that looks lots older. So is this piece. It looks much older. Love it. Look at a little Cupid right there. No, I don't believe in Cupids. I don't believe that little babies turn into angels, y'all. Angels were set from the beginning of time. God made them. As far as we know, He hasn't made any additional ones. And certainly when we die, whether we are old or young, we do not turn into an angel. The angels, Hebrews tells us, are sent to those, to serve those who inherit salvation. That's us. And that's something that God sends them to help us. So again, I'm going to put a few of these pieces out so you can kind of see them together the way I saw them as they came in the box. All these different little pieces. And so you think of them as they come in of how you might, what you might want to do with them. And then also in these little packets you will often get buttons, and I'm betting this is the buttons. I can get it sent out. I really did not want to tear that, but it did. There. And it's just miscellaneous buttons, and some are mother of pearl. Look at that one, how pretty that is. Here's one that's purple. Some of these are really old like that. Like it, you couldn't even get that on a shirt anymore. It's so old. But it's pearlized. Just, oops, I don't want to lose any of them, but can y'all see? Just a bunch of little buttons. And then what you do is, what I'm doing, and I guess I need to learn more about the art of it, but you order them from different places and mix it up a little bit. So here's my second one. Now I believe this is actually from the same maker. She just sent it in 3 different collection boxes. And is that on here? Fait ma avec amour. Thank you for supporting my small business. Yes, this is all the same one. Let's go into this one now. Again, now this is a little bit different color palette. That was more of the rose colors. This has got some greens. So look at this rickrack embroidery. Isn't that something? Love you to the moon and back. That looks more modern to me. That does not look vintage. Sorry. This does, but it looks kind of like a stamp of a hedgehog and some rickrack embroidery. Not rickrack, just embroidery. This is, looks like what you would stitch on. It's a pattern. That is not actually stitched. One more of them. That's a stamp of a bunny. And some people would do this and then needle point over it, and that is what this is. Or you could just not. Or you could. And then look at these beautiful pieces to go with those greens. Look at that kind of blue and green white. And then look at this green. And then look at this. So as I work on this, I will let y'all say, oh wow, look at this. That's kind of a blend of the two. Just for someone who can find the pieces. And then look right there on the bottom is the little buttons. And then some purples. Oh, and oh my gosh, look at that. Look at the little squirrels and bunnies. Oh my gosh, that's going to be the centerpiece. I don't know if I'm going to use these. Oh, look at this button. It's a butterfly. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I love the butterfly. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Y'all make your comments below. I think I might actually go